Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Team Big Play. So today's video is one that's been a long time coming. We are going to be doing a Prank Kids deck profile. But before we start, I just want to say like, subscribe, notification bell as always. And sorry if I've been out for a couple weeks. You know, school's kind of been on me, just trying to get rid of that. I just finished the SAT, so hopefully I'll have more time to get stuff done. But yeah, today's video is going to be a Prank Kids Thunder Dragon deck profile. I plan on going over some of the combos. The reason why I think this deck is good is one, because some of the matchups are absolutely insane. The only matchup you have a bad matchup against in the current meta is Thunder Dragons, and that's it. And the only reason you have a bad matchup is just because getting rid of them is hard, because you know they're preventing destruction effect. But that's why I run the Thunder variant, because then I can just set my own Colossus, or I can say Super Poly, yours for mine. So that's what today's video is going to be about, guys. I already said like, subscribe, notification bell. So yeah, let's just get straight into the monster count. Alright, so starting our monster lineup, we are going to cap off with Prank Kids Dropsies. So what Prank Kids do, the kind of gimmick of the deck, is if this card is sent to the graveyard as material for the fusion or link summon of a Prank Kids monster, you can gain 1,000 life points. That's Dropsies effect. Now each Prank Kid has their own individual effects that kind of boost your game state and can lower your opponents by using them as the fusion or link material for another one. However, they are hard once returns. And then not only that, once they do that, they can special summon one other Prank Kids monster to the field. So not only is their condition, like for Dropsy example, to gain 1,000 life points as cost, so even if the special summon effect gets negated, but then it does replace itself, which is insane. You can turn 4 Prank Kids monsters into 8 that way. You can turn 2 into 8. Like, it's insane. Easy way to get like 8 monsters out on the board and, you know, do some impressive combos. After that, we have Prank Kids Lampsies. So Lampsies kind of does the opposite of Dropsies. Instead of gaining 1,000, you're burning your opponent for 500. Then we have Prank Kids Fansies, which is a Thunder monster, which is the whole reason Thunder Dragon monsters even work in this deck. Its condition is, instead of, you know, burning or gaining, you're sending a Foolish Burial, any Prank Kids card from your deck to the graveyard. That's mostly going to be planned to, you know, kind of stop attacks. We'll get into that later. Then one of the best booster cards, which I think Konami had the Thunder Dragon engine in mind when they created this one, but Prank Kids Roxy. So this condition is kind of even better. If it was Fansies and it was a Thunder, that would be like solid. But what it does is you can banish a card from your hand to draw a card. So that kind of, we're going to go into the Thunder Dragon engine next anyways. That kind of leads you into some of your Thunder Dragon plays, which their whole effects go off of being banished. So darks, discard dark to add dark. But then its banish effect is, if this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, except Thunder Dragon Dark, and you can only use 1 Thunder Dragon Dark effect per turn, only once per turn. You're going to special it more often than not, but so if it's banished, you would add Hawk, Hawk's effect, discard to special. So the easiest way is, let's say you have these 2 in your hand, right? Or let's say you somehow get, this is your field, right? Say that's your field. Link those 2 off into a Prank Kids. Chain 1, chain 2, Roxy's effect, banish, add Hawk, Hawk's effect, discard, special, bam. Simple Colossus, simple Bow Wow, but some of the combos I'm going to be showing you actually allowed you to get into a negate, a Colossus, and one of your link 2s that allow you to go into a Raigeki on your opponent's turn, which is another reason why I like Prank Kids. Some of their monsters are just absolutely insane, man, I swear. So for our hand trap lineup, I only run Effect Veiler, 2 Effect Veiler. I've considered running 3. 3 is pretty good too. I've also considered switching it out for Gamma in the side deck, because most of the time your opponent's going to go first against you, such as cards like As the Thought. So Gamma can always be useful. You can side out Called by the Grave for Gamma. So that's a considerable side deck. Also, DD Crow could work in this event too. You know, obviously Salamangreats, but I don't think that's necessarily needed, because Salamangreat is one of your best matchup. Dude, if you You get Salamangreat and you set up that board that I was talking about, they can't do anything. They even try to go Sunlight Wolf, dude, just negate that with Toad and like go Raigeki and blow up their field, Balinks or not, like, don't even worry about it. Salamangreats are nothing compared to this deck. Like I said, hardest deck you're gonna have a problem against is Thunder Dragons. Alright, so moving on to our spells, we're gonna go over the Prank Kids ones first, the non-fusion spells. 3 Prank Kids place. This is kind of like Trickstar Light Stage. It searches a Prank Kids monster. Then, depending on whether or not you fuse or link summon a Prank Kids, your opponent's monsters will lose 500 attack or you will gain 500 attack. Then after that, we have 2 Prank Kids pranks. Discard a Prank Kids card, especially summon a Prank Kids token. Pretty simple. It does help a lot. I think I'm gonna bump the count up to 3 of those, just because being able to get rid of bricks. Like, let's say you draw 2 place. That's a hard brick, and if you don't have a Roxy's, then you can use like Prank's discard to turn it into a monster instead. And then you can use place to search the monster that you would, kind of summon in pair with that. Then 2 terraforming, pretty standard, because that's all you can run. I run 1 upstart and 1 card destruction to fix your bricks. This deck does have the potential to brick, but with these 2, it kind of like solves the problem. For the most part. Card destruction can backfire, but Upstart Goblin is just god tier. Then we have 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion. This is useful because one of the Prank Kids fusion monsters, that is my side deck, is a Thunder. So Prank Kids Battle Butler is a Thunder. Not only that, you're running Thunder Dragon Colossus since you run the Thunder engine. So you can use cards from your graveyard, field, or banish pile to summon these, which is incredibly insane. Before this, I ran it in the pure variant. It tended to be a brick, so I ran it at 1 instead, and then I took it out for a little while until I got the Thunder Dragon engine. But now with that, this card's spicy. So, and it's searchable now, so even better. Alright, so after that, for fusion spells, 2 Pandemonium. I choose not to run 3. 3 can be a brick. I can't tell you how many times I've used Roxy's and drew into like 3 Pandemonium in 1 game, which is just unnecessary. Plus, it's searchable, so I only run 2. However, I do run 3 Poly because, unlike Pandemonium, even though Pandemonium's a quick play spell, it locks you into Prank Kids monsters. So 3 Poly, 3 Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion's just extra monsters. Also, you can use it like as a one. Let's say you completely set up your board, your opponent trashed it. All you have to do go into Borrelsword to win. Just instant into a rocket. Recar your resources from the grave and you're good to go. Then 3 Called by the Grave, just because it's good to side out, and then it stops hand traps just in case you can't chain block, because that event does come up. 2 Prank Kids Plan, it's a continuous trap, so sadly I kind of wish it was a normal trap, but during the main phase, it's kind of like Pandemonium, except it's for link summoning. So it's like a fusion spell for linking, I don't know. But then link summon 1 Prank Kids monster using Prank Kids monsters you control as material. Then if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it to shuffle all Prank Kids cards. Well, shuffle as many as you want Prank Kids cards from your grave into your deck to make your opponent's attacking monster loses 100 attack. I can't tell you how many games I've won with that because people just can't get around it. Even if you DD Crow, I can send another one, so I can send the second. Most of the time, you're not even gonna play it on your field. You use it just to send off a Fansies. So I've debated about sending it to 1. The hard part is it is continuous. So if I use it, which sucks because I really only ever use it once in a duel, but that's besides the point. Then we have Solemn Judgment. It's a 1-of. I needed to get to 40 cards, so I was like, screw it, why not? Extra negation. I don't have the other effect Veiler, and this literally stops anything. So, and it's good to side out if your opponent if you know you're going second. Alright, so after that we have our monster lineup, well, our extra deck lineup. Starting off with Thunder Dragon, you just won 1 Colossus. 2 is a bit unnecessary, besides extra deck space is pretty tight. So 1 Colossus, 1 Battle Butler. This is your Raigeki. You need Fansies, Dropsies, and Lampsies to make this, but must be fusion summon. Quick effect. You can tribute this card, blow up all monsters your opponent controls, and then if it's sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, you get to special summon 1 from your grave. So you can special summon back Borrelsword or Borload if that just happens to be in your graveyard. Just insane. After that, 1 Weather Washer. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon 2 Prankins monsters from your grave, and they cannot be destroyed by battle. Another thing that's insane, you can literally, because Cyber Dragons, I prefer to just set up a defense board, completely defense. I don't even go the combo that's like Toad, Griffin, Colossus, and Bow Wow, because they can just run that over so easily. You need defense. So this allows you to just special summon 2 combo pieces that you're going to use for next turn. They can't be destroyed by battle. You wait, your opponent has no choice but to pass, and then you just run them over. Then 2 Rocket Ride. This is kind of like Weather Washer on your turn. You can make it lose 1,000 attack to attack directly. I haven't had that come up before, but probably because I never think to really use that. I don't know, that's just me. But you contribute this card to special summon 2 Prankins cards, non-fusions from your graveyard. Pretty good. Rocket Ride is definitely your like best combo extender. Then we have Totally Awesome. It's a negation. Not only that, it recurs resources, so you can keep getting dropsies back to your hand, which is always helpful, and it's rank 2, and you get to set the card. So like if you negate an infinite impermanence, you get your opponent's infinite impermanence. So pretty spicy. For the Link lineup, we have Boro Brothers. I think that's pretty standard. Kill you and kill you over time. Pretty good, especially against the Thunder Dragon matchup. Nightmare Griffin, you need that for the lockout combo. Same thing with Summon Sorceress. Summon Sorceress is nice because you can just use it to extend normally, but I mainly use it for the Griffin combo. For the Prank Kids links, we have Riproar and Roaster. This is kind of like Battle Butler. The only difference is instead of specialing a monster from your grave, you add a card from a graveyard to your hand. So you can recur hand traps and cards like Solemn Judgment. Not only that, unlike Battle Butler, which is a Raigeki, this is a Harpy's Feather Duster, so even more valuable. I don't make it as much as I make Battle Butler, but when I make it, it does the work. 2 Dodo, this is your Spell Searcher of the deck, link 2. If this card is Link Summon, you can add 1 Prank Kids Spell or Trap card from your deck to your hand. Pretty good, and then you contribute it to add 2 Prank Kids cards, different names from your graveyard to your hand, very useful, and it's also a Thunder. So like I said, you can use it to go into Summon Sorceress. Then Bow Wow Bark, kind of the same as Dodo, the only difference is it doesn't search, but Bow Wow allows you to just OTK because it makes whatever Prankins monster points to gain 1,000 attack. Then during your opponent's turn, you can, kind of like Dodo, tribute it to add 2 Prankins cards from your grave to your hand. The difference is then they can't be destroyed by card effect. So if you use it in conjunction with Weather Washer, your opponent's going to have a really, really rough time unless they can Mass Send or Mass Banish. The only card that I think can actually do that is Cyber Eleton because it sends. So that is what it is. Alright, so that is the main and extra deck. We are going to move on to the side deck real quick. Starting off first, Super Poly. Not only can you run this as a fusion spell, so you can main deck this if you want to, you can use it to fuse into cards like Mud Dragon. Since all your Prankins monsters are different attributes on the wheel, you can use that against other ones, like let's say your opponent's playing what should I Orchists, right? They summon Mermaid, which is a water fiend. You can Super Poly for Mud Dragon using Dropsies and that, since Dropsies is an Aqua. To go Mud Dragon, you can also use Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. I wanted to, I just haven't been able to get my hands on one. And then Fusion of Fire and Violet Chimera. The only reason I run Fusion of Fire against Salamangreat matchup is one, this is just Salamangreat hate at this point because I have such a good matchup. I don't need this, but it's not too bad to take precautions. Super Poly does the same thing as Fusion of Fire, so, well, in the Salamangreat matchup. Anyway, so you just use it to make Violet Chimera and kill your opponent, which is funny because you can actually use your field spell, change your opponent's monster attack, go into Violet Chimera, and just kill them outright with like 8,000 attack. After that, we have 3 Dino Wrestler Pankratops. Standard, it's just removal, good removal, and it's a big boy. 2, there can be only 1. All your monsters in your decks have different types for the most part. So this, and not only that, your Prankins monsters tribute themselves off the field for cost before they special. So you're just in a really, really, really good position there. And then not only that, your links contribute themselves off the field to recur resources so you can special. Like if you have Dodo but you need to go into Butler, Dodo will just get rid of itself, recur your resources, and you can go into Butler. 3 Mind Control, it just makes Boral Sword easier and it's good against any matchup. Making a Link 2 in this deck is like the easiest thing you can do. So pretty standard. I run 1 Cosmic Cyclone and 2 Red Reboot. They're kind of random. I thought about taking out Pankratops, to be honest, for Twin Twisters. Like, take out 1 Pankratops and Cosmic Cyclone for 2 Twin Twisters, and then maybe like 1 more Pankratops, I don't know, for another Red Reboot, or maybe just taking Red Reboot out together. Traps aren't too prevalent in this game, but Infinite Impermanence can hurt, so. Alright, and that is going to be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoy it, hit like, subscribe, notification bell as always. And I plan on definitely getting a lot more to you soon. I kind of had the time to do this, so I was like, what the heck, why not? And I got it all in one take for once, so I'm rambling at this point. Love you guys, thanks for watching the video, and Team Big Play signing off.